What's going on, everybody? Gundam the 13th here, finally with another new video talking about GB02, courtesy of Asian News Sama's backlog of suits. We just had the spring set happen, and that means that we had the F90 and the F91 to check out, but this video will be specifically for the F90, so let's get down to brass tacks here. Checking out our weapons, we have a beam rifle that actually has a rapid shot on it. It's a 2 melee suit, 700 costs, ground and space with melee priority 2 and space compatibility. General type. Also some Vulcans, but now we have to consider this, and actually I'm going to set this real quick because the shield itself is actually something that you can use as a weapon, and we'll get into that a little bit later. Very interesting, but one thing to keep in mind, and I will tell you later, first of all, it has a power of 2k, so when you slap it, that's what it does, but it only has 5,000 health, and I know it's a medium type, and that's probably like the general average, but it goes fast. So let's wind it back a little bit here. So we have beam ammo for this, 2700 power, ammo 6, and a range of 400. Overall, not bad. You can get into this. This beam rifle rapid is actually, you have to do 2 bursts on a regular suit in order to be able to get that accumulation to stun. The Vulcans actually hit and stun in 15, although they have an ammo of 30. If we go over to the F91, just as a quick comparison, it has 60, same general accumulation and all that stuff, although obviously a little bit stronger as well. But beyond that, the melee here, when we get into the melee for the practice area, the dual sabers in particular, pretty strong. But both of these are 2 melee suits. But let's get into the stats and the skills here. So, 21k health on this, pretty healthy, not too bad. But everything is pretty even keel, typical Gundam shit, right? So ballistic and beam resistance are 25, melee resistance is a little bit higher at 28. Range strength is 35. Technically, it starts at 32. I just have one of the upgrades for the expansion on there. Melee strength is 38. Movement speed is 120. Top speed for high speed movement is 220. Thruster gauge is 70, and turning speed is 81. And for the part slots, we have close, medium, and long at 18, 22, and 15. Not a bad list of skills here. From the top to bottom, we got leg shotguns over 4, emergency evasion system 2, so 2 rolls for that, flight control program 4, which also means that your high speed movement in the air is reduced by 50% among everything else, fall prevention system, as well as glide structure 3, so you're actually able to do a lot of mid-air actions and have this to prevent you from really getting shot out of the sky super readily, as long as you're not doing high speed movement. If you're boosting around, you still can get clipped, and you gotta be careful. If you're getting too much heat, ironically, it's a little bit better to try to mitigate some of that by slow falling and just fighting back. Going into anti-blast stabilizer, high performance balancer 1, high spec ambac 2, maneuver armor 1, force injector 3, melee combo controller 1, so only 2 slaps on those, highest performance radar, flat booster level 2, and OS type AR. So this is interesting. It's got its own like biosensor situation going on, but look at that threshold. When at 80%, so you get tapped like a couple times and it goes, hey, stop that shit, and immediately puts you into a heightened thing. So when activated, mobility and thruster recovery speed increase, and stagger from cumulative damage is reduced. In addition, aerial melee system level 1, tactical boost level 1, evasion level 3, and force injector level 4 are provided. Nullifies all reactions except stagger due to cumulative damage only immediately after skill activation. So pretty generous, and obviously this does have some kind of so-so defense for 700. So this thing can get slapped around pretty bad, and the scaling of it, on top of the fact that it has a shield that can be busted pretty fast. Like, look at this thing. This looks like a one-year war era kind of shitter going on here. But still, overall, not bad. Good kit. It can actually do a good amount of work in the air while it's boosting around because of the instant stun and burst down and the fact that the Vulcans accumulate very quickly. But for now, let's also try to bring this into practice so that we can show off stuff in some of the specifics for the shield, although that might be a little bit tricky to do in practice, but we'll see what we can do. Anytime now. Every once in a while, it's like, I'm just gonna take 5,000 years to actually drop you into this map. Please, hurry up. God damn. Alrighty, so we'll go and run down the weapons as usual here. So bang. 1, 3. So 2 bursts for that. In fact, I'm almost still curious. Yeah, still, ultimately. And like I said, 1, 2. So 15 for that. Let's get into some of the melee stuff here. So, got a stab for the downswing on the single saber. The side swipes are pretty typical. Now when we get into that stab, 55-14. So it's got the same kind of stab going on that the Ants does. And I have to tell you that both this and the F91 have that neutral with their double sabers. So they are chunking a lot more readily than they are with their downswing versions on those weapons. One thing that this doesn't have that the F91 has is an advancing downswing that changes if you're boosting for a certain amount of time. And we'll obviously get into that when we get into the F91. We can also just show out the counter here. Here. Oh, yeah. Typical boot. And if we bring down the health to about 80, our mode pops. So obviously no stealth, not no stealth, but no attack bumps or anything like that. You can see that when we're boosting, our speed goes pretty significantly. But the bigger thing for the performance bump on this suit in particular is just the idea that it's able to do a lot more, not only in the air, where it gets downswings that it can advance with like that. Keep in mind that's only for the dual saber as well, as you can see there. But still, I mean, very good slash forward with the downswing for that. I actually like the downswing for this a little bit more than I do for the F90. But, I mean, that their neutrals more than make up for it on both sides. Like, that's just disgusting. So pretty good, very flexible. Oh, that's right. It actually gains some other stuff over time. So I think I'm actually gotten health back. Ah, I see. So it's only temporary. It's a little bit more akin to, what's the word? The Grimoire, where it's not like a constant. But you do get a pretty nice bump from it. So keep that in mind as well. There is a duration. Beyond that, I mean, it does good damage. I'm gonna tell you right away, it doesn't really do a whole lot to the base, but we'll still show how it chunks and how it doesn't. The rifle, of course, probably going to be your best bet. Burst down and the regular shot do a little bit. You can still contribute. The Ants is neutral here. You can see that it's moving a decent amount. Obviously, the single saber, not so much. And even the downswing on the double sabers doesn't really do anything visibly. So maybe if you jack up the melee on this thing a little bit, that could do more. But you're not really going to be contributing too much to this unless you're just trying to get the last pixel to try to get this to go down. Still not a big deal. Definitely not the main point of suits like these anyway. But I actually have been enjoying my time in this. We do have some matches for both this and the F91, so we will get into the one for the F90 right about here.
Commencing operation.
I can feel my teeth rotting out of my head already. Yippee!
Ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Oh my lord.
You can stay in the fight. Beacon capture confirmed.
The leggy.
Taking too much damage.
What is that?
Be careful.
F90 is so small I can do oh no.
An ally was destroyed. No! The mobile suit's been destroyed. We lost an ally unit. Select a location and method for redeployment. Beacon,
Oh my gosh, just using in the little nook. Full cover. That's funny.
Beacon capture confirmed.
Leggy RM might.
Requesting redeployment. Beacon.
Because like it's small. It's a little bit tough to hit in that way sometimes, but when it does get hit that way, it kind of gets a little hurt.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. You lost an ally unit.
Oh shit.
Beacon captured by the enemy. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. You're alright. You can stay in the fight.
He's like, that's enough.
Be careful. Significant damage detected. Proceed with caution. Taking too much damage.
No.
It's on its last legs.
Enemy fight. Enemy fight.
An ally has destroyed an enemy. No!
Eh.
Mobile suit's been destroyed. We lost an ally unit.
Ooh, 4. Ooh, 4.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Requesting redeployment. Enemy fire incoming. Retreat! Enemy unit destroyed. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Well.
Looks like we've got the upper hand for the moment. We lost an ally unit.
Hey.
We lost an ally unit.
Oh no. Oh.
Damage
Oh god. Ah, ah.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
No.
Significant damage detected. Proceed with caution. Small range supporting fire incoming. You lost an ally unit. Supporting fire complete. Supporting fire is successful. Now get after that enemy mobile suit. Enemy unit destroyed. 2 minutes remaining for the operation. Bases are especially valuable for this mission. Enemy unit destroyed. Enemy fire incoming. Retreat! An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. You lost an ally unit. One minute remaining for the operation. Keep pushing. Taking too much damage.
No.
Be careful.
Hit him.
An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile.
Woo!
Enemy unit destroyed. No!
Ah, I got the shot on too. Damn. Hit him again. I don't know about that on this map.
An ally has destroyed an enemy
Yeah,
mobile suit.
I mean, I like the engage, but especially with how fast this thing is, you're constantly getting your lock-ons interrupted by terrain and shit. There's too much stuff in the way all the time. Unless you're constantly keeping them on the bridge or something.
Redeployment. The mission has ended. We beat them handily. Job well done.
Ooh, this suit feels really good. I'm not even using the shield, it doesn't even fucking matter. It's just brain spice. Ah. Ooh.
You've been praised.
I dig it.
Here's your reward for this battle.
Use that one. And that was our run in the F90. Keep in mind that obviously in situations like these, we won't really know how typical these are going to be until we actually get like a week or so in when people start running them and only them. Some of our rounds in the F91 in particular, especially because it's at 750, which is a very thin like cost range for things that are available, is definitely going to be like that, and the kind of takeaway from it is skewed. It's mostly just to see it in action, right? But again, I think I'll be running this quite a bit, to be honest, as my general pick. Everything about the melee and stuff on this is just really nice. And it's not at a cost range like 650 where I have like the Fafnir and some more aggressive kind of crazier things that just have a shit ton of artillery going on. Now that being said, 700 still has a fair host of 4-star suits that have a lot of funnels and things to kite them with. And although this is a very responsive suit, an aggressive suit, it can be pretty thoroughly kited by other things. You really do have to be full tilt a good amount of the time, or at least maintaining some sort of accumulation for stun or just incidents in order to keep up that pressure. And that seems like it goes without saying, but for suits like this, especially when you see like, look how little he is. Like even the GPO one, he's just like, he's up to his shoulder. Like these are little suits. They don't have very big like screen footprints. They're a little bit hard to hit in some situations, but when you do hit them, unless you're trying to really get a good chunk build in there, you're gonna fuck them up something stupid. You know, they don't have eye fields, they don't have other things like that. You know, when you use the shield thing here, he does put it in front of himself, and you can hit things away. Like, so if you do that swing as someone melees you, you can actually knock them over, right? Similar to the beam jute from the Banshee. And it does do damage. So 2k there you can see on a type advantage suit. But in this case, unlike the F91, this is a solid shield. So once this shield gets destroyed, which like I said, it only has 5k health on it. And that's flat damage, by the way. So type advantage, type disadvantage, it doesn't matter. This is a very similar situation to the Agjin when it does its roll impact into people. So you just get that damage no matter what. Now compare that. Oh, I forgot that I have my counter on. Fuck. Whoopsie. Let me turn it off real quick. I was gonna say, compare that to how much you get out of a tackle, which is 612, because this doesn't have shield tackle or anything like that. So I kind of wonder. Bye-bye. Bang. Yeah. And if we knock him over... so no. Can't do it on the knockdown. So, in a sense, if you're being particularly just mean and don't wanna let up, you can go like smack, smack, bap, and then come right back. So technically suits that have this, especially when they're solid shields like this, are 3 melee suits. I don't know many people that would probably do it that way, but it is doable. If you just want to show how aggro and pissed off you are at somebody, you can give them the business in a very different way. Now keep in mind, much like that whiff there, this is stumpy because it's just attached to your arms. So turning and things like that, you do have to be dug in a little bit more against the body. In fact, let's try to get like maybe here? No. Because it comes out this way, right? Maybe about here. Yeah, so that's like an extra step. And obviously you can hit that from here, but you still have to move in again because it knocked him back. But you know, solid 2k damage, you can't really argue with that when your downswings are doing like 3k or whatever. Your neutrals are only like a couple hundred above that, so things to keep in mind with these suits. The other nice thing obviously being that the burst down does have an ASL ring around it as well. But that's my overall take for this suit. I'll probably be playing it throughout the week, so be sure to check out YouTube if you want to see me doing the streams of molding, doing my dailies, at least when I'm doing Asians, and I think I have it on Gus as well. For the F91, it's a little bit of a different story, but we'll be getting in there, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and until next time, this is Gustav the 13th. I'll talk to you all next time.